Oh, hi everybody. I'm excited you're all here. I don't know if my lighting is any good or my camera angle is good, but I'm so excited for today. Oh, hi everybody. Here comes everybody. The fallen fangirl. I am so excited everybody is here today. It's a big day. We're having my buddy David Archuleta, and I have gotten so many texts and emails and messages and direct messages about how everyone is excited for this one, but not as excited as me. And hi Heidi. Um, anyway, hi Max. Anyway, I am so excited. My mother is on, so I can start. I was just waiting for her to get on. And I'm kidding. I wasn't waiting, but I'm glad she's here. I am so glad you're all here. Keo, hi darling. Amigo. Kristen Chenoweth, FP. Okay. Hi Shirley. I am so excited too. I'm gonna just bring him on, and then we have so much to talk about because his season of Idol was freaking amazing, and I had the time of my life with him, and I can't wait to ask him so many questions so that you guys have some answers. I think I pretty much know the answers, but please welcome the very talented David Archuleta. I am so honored that he's here with me. He ready for this? Oh, I just got to press go. Go live with. Why is it not coming in? Oh my God. Hold, please. Oh, okay. I just had a little private moment. Oh, hi. Um, here he comes. David.
Michael, hey,
Oh,
oh, it's so good to see you.
so nice to see you. I am so happy to see you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh,
Her girl Carrie, she's been so helpful with me with everything.
that's awesome.
Happy. My mother said she loves you,
Oh,
and as everybody
hey,
loves
mom.
this. This is what's crazy. Everybody loves you. I mean, I know from back on day one. I have to tell you something. My
Not
favorite thing
everybody.
about is everybody has like their own group of fans that are only like into them, and I love them. And your fan base is huge and strong and still potent, and I love them. I interact with a lot of them.
They're great. They're wonderful. And hey, everybody,
Oh,
thank
see,
you.
look, oh my God, I am that.
Michael, it's so fun to just hearing you talk and just feeling your personality come through the camera. It just makes me miss hanging out with you.
Wasn't
Because, yeah.
we had some fun. Now, listen, David, you were I mean, you still look like a baby with just a little bit. When did you shave? Like 4 months?
No.
I'm kidding.
I shaved. I cleaned up a bit today. Actually, I
For
wanted to.
this.
I wanted to look nice for you, Michael.
Listen,
Not get rid of the pandemic look. You know,
I know. Well, I kept my pandemic look and trying to make it
it
work.
looks good on you though. It looks good.
What can I do? I'm just, I'm au naturel now. There's nothing. Well, there's fake things about me, but okay.
And holding me back.
All right, listen to me. I have so many things to talk to you about. The people like, will you ask him this? Will you ask him that? First of all, you were how old when you were on American Idol? 7.
I was well. I was when it was live in front of every. I was 17, but I was 16 when I
When you
first met you.
okay, right. So for when you auditioned and when you did Hollywood Week, you were 16.
Yeah.
Oh my God, isn't that crazy? Like when I think of like
Crazy. That was my Hollywood Week song
I,
too. That I sing.
up all your songs the other day, and I remember now. You were one of the last people to ever do Gnarls Barkley Crazy because I think like he was on The Voice like right after that. They stopped letting it be done on American Idol.
Yeah.
Like there were no more Christina Aguilera songs or any more whoever like The Voice people.
Oh,
That was crazy.
oh, sorry.
I'm gonna kill it. Anyway, so but like you were like one of the last people to perform that song, and I love that you did that song at Hollywood Week. What was your first? Oh, you did Waiting for the World to Change as your audition thing.
Yeah, waiting on the world to change.
What
John Mayer.
happened to what did the judges all say? Like, did they show your audition on Idol?
Yeah, they did. I was I was embarrassed because I like fumbled the words, but no one said anything about it. So that was I was fortunate that that didn't get brought up.
You know what's so funny? The way somebody does it, we used to tell people, like, don't let the judges know you made a mistake. They'll never know. They don't know. They
Right.
think they're
Randy gave me a little look. He was like, but then he just kept like going like this and singing along. Waited.
oh yeah,
So
background. See, what about did you have like a favorite judge moment or anything? Because of course, I love the. There was nothing like those three judges together. They had the most natural um, relationship together. There was nothing forced or faked. And of course, Paula Abdul has always been my favorite. But I loved those three judges so much.
isn't she great? Yeah. They were all it was just such a fun combination of personalities
Did,
and approaches.
did you ever feel like they contradicted each other, or did you ever feel by them? Because that's what we were always trying to help you guys with.
The three the sorry,
Like so.
you keep cutting in and out, sadly, but
Oh God,
I'm trying to catch everything you're
all right, I'm going to talk slower.
saying.
I hate that it could be my internet. Um, I was saying, like, did you ever feel like the judges, like, from one week to another? Like, I thought Randy did this a lot. He contradicted himself all the time. Like, one week he would say, don't change something up, and then the next week he would switch it up a little bit, dog. Randy's going to be on my live show next month after.
Oh, really? Oh, man. I haven't seen him in so long. I haven't seen any of them in so long.
Really? So, all right. So before we go back and talk about some of the good old days, tell me what you're up to now. I know you just released a new album this year.
I did.
Tell
Yeah.
me.
A pandemic album.
Yeah, that's
In,
amazing.
in the in the middle of quarantine, I released it. So that that was a different experience, and I couldn't go out and promote like at events or so everything was online. It was here from this room pretty much, or
Wow.
or just from my living room. It was
Yeah,
one of the two rooms, and it was just a lot of lounging, kind of thinking, okay, what do I do now? Like just trying to find ways of being creative online, doing singing songs, trying to come up with memes, do
yeah,
Instagram live interviews. But it was definitely an interesting experience. But I feel like the music, the album was called Therapy Sessions,
yeah.
so it's kind of the music was about when you're kind of going crazy in your head. So I felt like it was an appropriate time to release
I think
that kind of music.
I think it's a perfect. Oh,
Uh,
look, people in the Philippines here. I mean, you have like fans from all over the world. That-
Philippines, mabuhay, Philippines.
Somebody said a therapeutic album. Did it like what you write? Did you co-write all the songs on it?
I did,
And
yeah.
was it therapeutic for you?
Oh, it was so therapeutic. I mean, because I was going. Here's the thing, Michael. I was going through actual therapy as well, and
Uh-huh.
therapy's a wonderful thing. I recommend if you can. A lot of people have told me like, oh, well, I can't afford that. It's like, you know what? If you save up for it for a session, it is just so well worth it. But I'd recommend at least going to 2 sessions, because usually the first therapy session they're taking time to just understand your story, where you're coming from, and seeing how your thinking and speaking functions. That second therapy session really helps kick in. So
I love it.
um, so the writing the album was kind of completing the therapy process, because it was now everything was up front in my mind, what was kind of twisting and turning inside, and I was able to just put it on paper and to music and just kind of release it, and just it feels good to just get it out, and everything that you're holding inside of you, just to let it go and let go of your fears. I think a lot of times I try to be like, oh, it's fine, it's okay, everything's fine. Even though you're feeling so much fear and stress and anxiety and just doubt inside of you, sometimes you just have to let it loose and say, I don't know what's going on. I
Yeah.
feel like a mess and a train wreck. And when you do that, sometimes it just gives you space to be imperfect, to be human, and carry on. So I find it really valuable.
No, and I love that, and I love that you're sharing that with people because it will help so many people who are afraid to admit that they are feeling all that stuff and they
Yeah.
don't do anything about it. It's very important. It really is. But what about? And then you released a new song in April, at the end of April, after the album. What was that?
I released well,
So,
during the pandemic, I released one of the songs. I did a video just here in
oh,
this
the
video.
video of Just Breathe. You did the video.
Yeah, just breathe. Yeah. There you can see that I was with the quarantine look pretty good there.
I love it. I love
And I was at a point where I just didn't care. I mean, I was just kind of like, whatever. I was just, but at the same time, I think you just need to just embrace. It's like we were all in that moment, so just take it in. I feel like it was just capturing a moment in time anyway, and just saying, hey, we don't know what the heck is going to happen next. We don't know how this is going to turn out, how to stay safe, how to keep other people safe, if
Yeah.
we have enough toilet paper, all that stuff, but just breathe. Take a
Yeah.
breath, breathe in, breathe out, and take a moment to be still, and it's going to be okay.
And I love that the video was like such a tribute to the frontline workers and everybody that was doing all that stuff. Oh, my buddy Max is on. He's in Chile. He's watching from Chile.
Chile, chi, 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 le, viva Chile.
Oh, sorry, I didn't say it like that. I said it.
Oh, man. Oh, I miss Chile. Si
I
vas para Chile, te ruego que pases por donde vive mi amada. Oh, man, Michael, you play so beautifully.
listen.
Y'all,
Oh my God, if we could
this
do.
man on the piano.
So listen, the other day I was on YouTube and I was like looking at watching like all the old YouTube videos of you, and I found this. And I were at somebody like put on YouTube when we did a sound check of at the Today Show. It was like 4 a.m.
Oh.
And what was that Andrew Lloyd Webber thing we did?
Was it Think of Me?
Yes.
Yeah. Think of me fondly when we say goodbye. To me once in a while, please promise me you'll try once again. I don't remember the words. And then you're long. My mind can't be free. Gotta find a moment. Stop and think of me. Oh shoot.
Listen, I love that we made that. I forgot that we like made that into like a pop song. You know what I mean? Like it was so we took it out of the theatrical thing and made it pop. It was so
Yeah. Remember, I got so much slack for turning it into a pop song too, I think.
Did you?
But
Well,
I don't know if you remember, you and Dorian were like, because I was like really nervous because like a lot of people just didn't want me to be like changing things up. And like y'all came up on the stage, but like, I don't know, I think Ricky was frustrated, the producers were frustrated. And that week is when I had my breakdown. Everyone had a breakdown, nervous breakdown moment for that week. It was mine because I was like, I'm just trying to like, make it so I can feel it more. And everyone was just getting mad. And like you and like we were all there on stage. And like when we were finished with rehearsal, I went into the elevator and the doors just started closing. And Wendy, my studio teacher, was just like, "Are you okay?" And when she said that, I just couldn't hold it in anymore. I was just
I don't know if you remember.
overwhelmed.
Talk about it, but I don't know if you remember. I made you come into my room, Dorian, you and me and Dorian. I was like, you need to just vent and feel what you're feeling. And I remember, like maybe your dad or the teacher or somebody or the stage manager was knocking on the door, and we were like, "No, we'll be out in a few minutes." I wanted you to like feel all that stuff because you were a baby and going through all this stuff that some 25-year-olds can't handle, some 28-year-olds can't handle. You know.
Man. It's when you're that thick into the competition, I think it's just hard no matter how old you are, because like I said, that was just when I had my breakdown. Every contestant, I feel, maybe except for Jason Castro, but everyone else had like this breakdown moment of my season, just because you feel so much pressure. Like you want to please everybody, but it's so hard to please everyone at once, and then the millions of audience watching and the judges, and you're just like, I just want to do a good job. I don't want to let anyone down, but it's just so much pressure because the show was so popular at the time too. So it's just like, Ah!
The height
But we
of
got through it. We got through it.
you were the height of the popularity. Like 30 million people a night are watching you guys 2 nights a week. That's like that doesn't happen anymore. And Lee DeWise just said, "Hello, fellas." Lee is,
Lee.
and you know who
Hey,
else?
lady.
Our girl Turley Smithson before said something about my little brother on the Instagram thing when we posted. But you know what? What I love talking about this with everybody because Simon Cowell used to go, "You guys aren't friendly with each other. You're competing in a contest together, and you guys all love each other. It was a family. It was a
We
family."
did. We did.
You know, and then you guys go on tour and whatever. So I'm trying to remember why you didn't. Why I forgot what your single was at the finale. Like, they gave you your song was. Did they? How come we did "Think of Me" on today's show and not your single?
Well, I didn't have a single yet.
What did you? Oh, okay. So what did you do in the finale song?
Oh, I did. I did.
I remember Clive David and John song for you.
Don't let the sun go. That's right. Don't let the sun go down on me. Right. And then they had me sing Imagine, and then we had that one. It was like the top 10, these top 10 songs that writers sent in, and we had to choose from a list.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Okay.
In this moment.
In this moment, that was yours. But
In this moment.
but why did we do but we didn't do that song. We did the Andrew Lloyd Webber. Did they like say to you can do whatever you want on the press tour and stuff?
You know, I don't remember, to be honest. It was like so little sleep, so little time. Maybe it was just the fact that we didn't have much time to work on anything else. I think that's what it was. And that was something because I think because you are the master of Broadway repertoire as well. So I think that was something that we could that was something I think we were able to pull off very quickly. Yeah. What's that?
I'm drinking just water and with grape crystal light.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, you thought it was vodka and grape.
I didn't know if it was like some like health powder, like
It should be, but it's
algae, something.
It keeps my hair gray. Now, here's one of my favorite David Archuleta stories. I tell this story all the time, and I don't remember. I don't remember the room when it happened, or it was right before you walked in, but it was Mariah Carey week. And like I remember Ken and Nigel said to me, you tell Mariah everything, you know, about the kids, what they were singing that week, and like let them know. And I had remember telling her that you were doing you were doing the song
When You Believe.
When You Believe, and she's like, of all the songs I wrote, he had to do one I didn't write.
Right.
Did you in front of you, or that was before you came in?
She did mention that too. She's like when afterwards, she's like, if you want to change your song, let me know.
I was like, I don't think so. We just wait for you. We're not changing anything. But listen, did you have like a favorite guest judge? I mean, we worked with so many great people. Wasn't Dolly Parton that season? And
I was gonna say Dolly. What was so cool, what I loved about Dolly Parton week was just she's so personable, she's so genuine, and that was my favorite song personally that I got to sing on the show because it was such a hard time and so much pressure on the show that
Mountains.
Smoky Mountain Memories.
Yeah.
And it just being able to say out loud, because like you said, I had a hard time expressing anything really, but in that song, I got to say, hey, I'm pursuing something that seems larger than life, but I can't help but say, you know, I miss the simple times, and I wonder how the folks are at home, but I keep leaning on my Jesus who will love and guide and lead us. It was just like everything just wanted to, I didn't know how to say, but it was in a song. She wrote it. And she came and she asked, she said, why did you pick this song? Because everyone, you know, the producers, my dad, like everyone was like, why don't pick a song that more people are going to know?
Right.
And I just said, I need this song right now. And she said, why did you pick this song? She's like, this song is so special to me. She's like, I'm curious why you picked it. And I told her a little bit about it. And she said, because she said, I wrote this for my dad. When he went up to the mines to look for more money and wealth and more opportunity, but he missed the humble beginnings of where he was. And, you know, he just, I don't, it was kind of cool. And I just remember her getting, she'd really connected. I don't know. I think it just was special. It was special to get to.
That was incredible, and she was so great with everybody. Go
She
down.
was.
God, I loved her. I loved her. And
She sang 9 to 5 for all of us.
I remember, yeah, she told the story about how she wrote it with her nails. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She was amazing. But what about, is there like a favorite standout performance? Like that maybe was it, because that was one that you like, because when people ask me about you, and they have for years, when I run into people, the one thing I always remembered about you is that you were such a great musician. You are such a great musician. And you always had ideas in your head of what you wanted to do and how you wanted to do something, which is so far ahead of so many people. That's very rare with all our contestants we used to have. And did you have training before Idol? Did you do, like, what was all that about? Was it just an instinct thing? Like, how did you know?
Well, I think it was always going out of my comfort zone. And that was a lot of my dad. My dad's really good at not just putting me out of my comfort zone. I think he was good at making everyone get a little uncomfortable. And as much as I resented that about how he was he was a jazz musician, and my mom was a salsa. She did salsa dancing and was a singer herself. And it was a mixture of that. My dad always wanted to show me like Ella Fitzgerald and Diana Krall, and just
Like
I don't remember everyone he would show me, but he always wanted me to notice the details. He's like, pay attention to the details. Like, he'd show me covers that jazz artists would sing of like popular songs, and he'd say, notice how they make this their own. And he'd be like, how do you feel like you can make this your own? And he would give his tips. But then another part of what, on top of that, I think when I was a teenager, I fell in love with Kirk Franklin, Karen Clark Sheard, and these gospel artists. And it just taught me how to sing with soul, but also with not just soul, but with the spirit.
yeah.
And so combining those things, and then just growing up singing hymns all the time, I think it's just, so I wanted to sing. I always wanted to find a way to put light into what I was singing. That was always important to me. So I think that was the hymn background. Then I wanted some soul. And then I had my dad's influence in jazz, and I had my mom, and just a little bit of everything combining to, I think it, and I appreciate your comment, your what is the word I'm looking for? Like a positive comment that you give to someone, compliment. I appreciate that.
One of my
I feel like a lot of it is, it does take training and conditioning, because it's just, I think one of the things you have to learn by being an artist, to get that natural feel, it takes a lot of being willing to learn and a lot of openness, from learning riffs, learning chord changes and arrangements and styles that you enjoy. You have to be willing to listen and see, and then repeat, like, especially with me with riffs, like I had to like listen to Christina Aguilera or Mariah Carey, you know, like, nah, like all those runs and nah, and just whatever, like I go over 100 times doing the same riff, and I get frustrated. I'm like, oh, I'll never be able to do this. But then I'm like, but I really would love to sing the way that they can sing those riffs. So you just so I think it takes a lot of discipline as well to gain those instinctual subtleties that you can then implement into what you do in your craft.
Right. But I think somebody just wrote, it's a gift given to you. And I think it is. It's something that you didn't really, I mean, yeah, your dad showed you how to appreciate all that stuff, but it's fantastic that that is just a gift. That's something that teaches you. You just have it. You just have it. And so,
Thank
but
you.
you mentioned Kirk Franklin because I once drove
Mm.
like I think when I was going through like a life crisis, I drove a convertible, and
All
I
right, Michael.
asked Kirk Franklin.
Is that Hosanna?
Forever we
We
were.
worship you, Hosanna, forever we worship you. Yes.
I mean, I literally was obsessed. I was obsessed, and I just blasted it. I blasted it.
Oh man, and those chord changes too. For you are the song. Da, da, da. I don't even know how they go. Oh, so good.
Oh my God. You and I should write a song like that. You get
All
inspired.
right, all
Oh,
right.
oh my God. That's like literally one of my, I did not know he was like one of your idols. That's
Oh man, yeah. When they asked me when they had the website and said the influences, that's what I wrote in. I wrote in Kirk Franklin as one of my influences.
what about, did you take piano lessons and stuff? Like,
I did. I did. I took a little. I can't play like Michael Orland, but I.
I can't sing like you for crying. I wish I'd be so famous if I could.
Oh
I'd have a
no,
lot
I.
of followers on Instagram and I would be happier. I don't know. But I would be in therapy, obviously.
You what? You
I would
cut out. I didn't hear everything you said.
be in therapy too
You would be in therapy if you were.
if I could sound that good.
Oh.
Just being stupid. Hey, all right. Then what about this? Is one of my favorite things about you that not all. Well, maybe all your diehard fans know that you were on the other show. You were on the not
Star
a
Search.
Star Search. You were on Star Search.
Yeah.
That's and how old were you?
I was 12.
Jeez, and
Yeah.
insane. But what was that experience like?
It was, I mean, I really hadn't, I was kind of out of it. I'd been homeschooled for a good chunk of my life. So I was very antisocial. I'm not just anti, but socially awkward.
Yeah,
And all I knew, like, I didn't know I didn't think I was that good. They just, it was like one thing led to another. And it all started kind of with our, the guy who would fix stuff around our house. Like, I guess my parents had me sing for him one time, and his wife watched the Jenny Jones show, and they were looking for future Latin stars. And so she's like, "You should have your son go and send in a tape for that." And
wow.
so I went onto the Jenny Jones show, and through that just met other people who then got, I guess, then I got around to Star Search. To be honest, I'm not sure exactly
Yeah,
how
how it,
without, but I didn't know, I didn't see what was the point of me being in a competition because I didn't like being in front of people. I didn't like competitions, and I didn't think I was that good at singing compared to other people out there. I just felt really embarrassed to be on the show, but I don't know, once the music started, I just couldn't help but just get into the music.
sure.
And I guess people got a kick out of that. I was just this just funny looking kid from Utah singing soul music because I was singing soul songs at the time.
Yeah.
And because I was saying the Jackson 5, Who's Loving You, I sang Alicia Keys' Fallen. And so I think people just found that interesting. I didn't know it at the time, but looking back, I was like, I don't know what did people see in this bike? I was like, oh, okay, I see how this is just interesting because I just had my hair combed over kind of like how I do now, and
Yeah.
I just wasn't, it didn't look like I was going to sing soul music. Naomi Judd was one of the judges, and the first week she said, your song choice was odd. Just because, so I, so it's just kind of funny to, but when I won the kids division of my season of Star Search, and I saw the other girl who was in the finals with me, and she was crying. And I felt so bad, Michael. I started crying because, and my studio teacher was with me, and she was like, "Don't worry, it's gonna be fine." I'm like, but why did I have to win? She obviously wanted it more than I did, and she deserved it more than I did. And I just feel, I'm like, why did I? I just felt so bad. And then my studio teacher started crying. She's like, "Now you're making me cry."
Uh,
So it
uh,
was just, we're both crying there in the classroom together,
so
and
sweet. You know, I think that makes you a good artist too, because I think people that are good artists are just they wear their emotions on their sleeves. They, you know what I mean? Like I love that you're like that, and I really think that that's what separates people who can communicate. And you know what I mean? Like I love that. I love that so much about you.
well, thank you. Thanks, Michael.
And and I love that you're talking about all the stuff that you got help with doing, you know, that really helped you through all that stuff. And hopefully there's an end to this, you know, having to stay home and not being able to go out and perform. Because I know everybody's waiting for you to get back out there so they can go support everything. And I hope everybody watching this and continue to watch this on Instagram will go out and buy the new download the new CD, the therapy set. Is it the therapy sessions?
Therapy sessions, yeah.
And because now I have to like listen to every song because I think it's amazing. So excited. And then
Thank you.
after Idol, you won all those, you know, like you won all those awards for the Choice Awards, you know,
Yeah.
for best newcomer, best reality star, best fan base. Like like your fan base won. You won for your fan base.
Yeah, most fanatic fans.
I mean, still on.
All
So
y'all tuning in.
how many years ago was that? That was like 11 years ago.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And they still are amazing and they're into you, and I think that's amazing. And that's why I love Idol fans and all the people they support. And I stay in touch with so many of them, and there's so many of you guys that have like these big fan bases and that are still big. And I'm so proud of you of everything you've accomplished, and I'm so proud of you that you've gone through all that work that you've done. Will allow you to express freely all the things you need to, and I think it's so great. I'm such a huge fan. I will be lifelong. Um, we like went through that experience together. So I always say we're like lifelong. We're bonded for life after experience together. And
Yes.
anytime you need anything, and I hope we get to create some more stuff together. And I would come play piano for anytime for a video or for anything you ever needed. I would be.
Thank you, Michael. Well,
And,
that'd be great.
and thank you so much for being here today. And thank you everybody for watching this.
Yeah, thanks, y'all.
And oh my God, thank you everybody. And David, you are the best. Thank you, thank you.
Oh,
Love you.
you are, Michael.
Dave,
Thanks.
stay
Thanks
healthy.
for having me. Great to see you and catch up.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. I'm so excited. Oh, but before we go, can you just, my friend Caesar, who helps me with all my social media stuff, it's his friend Sean's birthday today. Can we just say happy birthday to Sean?
Sure.
Hey.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my God, you're the best. That was so fun. Oh my God, let's just write a song.
Happy birthday, Sean.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to David. I'll be in touch.
Thanks, everyone. Yes. Yes,
Thank
Michael.
you.
Thank you again for having me. Great to see you.
So great. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. I'm going to end this. Get ready. Wasn't that fun?